Hey Wargamers, welcome back to the channel, Death from Above Wargaming. I'm Aaron, coming back at you with just a quick hit tonight, HyperPulse Uplink style. I'm actually, thank God, heading out on a week-long vacation down to the beach. So next week you may not get a video, but hopefully this one holds you over. So I got three things to give you tonight. First, I got to make a correction on last week's mech review, that Marauder 11D. Misinformation. It was actually totally an error on my part. Who knew there were so many different types of internal structure? So it doesn't have a huge impact on the mech, but regardless, for posterity, I wanted to fix it all. So I got a few screens to show you tonight. Basically impacts the defensive, notably mobility very minorly, and then the efficiency, of course, as well. And surprise, surprise, it gets even better. The next thing I want to show you is a couple of picks from the freshly released ilClan Volume 5. That recognition guide dropped tonight, so guys, go check that out. You can get it over at Drive-Thru RPG. I think they're $3.99, under $4 for sure. So definitely grab one of those. They're an awesome buy. Lots of great stuff in there. So I'm going to show you a couple pictures from that and talk about a couple of the mechs in there. And then lastly, I got a sneak peek at the upcoming artwork for the ilClan Recognition Guide Volume 6. That's the one that the Marauder was in. So I'll show you that, and then we can wrap this thing up. So guys, stick around. It's coming right up. Okay, so first, let's talk about the defensive benchmarks. So essentially, what I did was I compared the error or the old Marauder, the one where I made the mistake, to the corrected Marauder 11D. And you can see there's a difference in survivability right out of the gate. So this change between the composite and the endocomposite is effectively that the regular composite takes double damage to the internal structure. Endocomposite does not. Endocomposite is experimental tech. It's basically a little heavier than endosteel, but takes up slightly less criticals, if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, as far as damage goes, it's just like a regular internal structure. So the survivability went up by about 9% here. And you can see that in the death analysis. Engine kills are down, CT head kills are down, as you would expect. So this puts it on par with the 7R. That will have implications to, you know, how I play this thing on the battlefield. I would feel a little bit better about being more aggressive with this mech in a frontline role, also in more of a defender role. That XL engine, it's still so, look at the percent. I mean, it's such a high volume of kills. I mean, you're going to basically die from an engine death basically more than 3 times than you would being cored out. So such is life with an XL engine, but still, this thing, very solid survivability for a 75-ton Intersphere heavy. On the mobility side, very little difference. I mean, the 7R and the 11D weren't very far off to begin with. You do see about half as many motive hits, meaning, you know, when a hip or lower upper foot actuator is destroyed or when your leg is blown off entirely. But the overall target mod in the 10,000 sims that we ran, basically identical. So not a major change here, but enough that I wanted to just show this change to you. Now let's take a look at the efficiency. Where the survivability curves start to separate, you can see the dark purple area beginning to climb. Basically, the composite, right, versus the endocomposite caused earlier deaths. You lost out on some of your short range capability. Now you have it back. So your total damage loss dropped by over 2% from 10.8 to 8.5. That means it's retaining over 2% more of its original damage, which is a good thing. And you can see that ultimately drives the efficiency up. So where it was at 10.49, which is already a blisteringly high number, it's now 10.77. So this thing, again, just reinforcing how amazing this design is. The ERPPCs, the silver bullet Gauss rifle, all of these things in working in tandem, and now basically a full-blown big boy internal structure. This is quite the mech to be reckoned with. One of the best mechs in terms of efficiency that we've seen. So we'll be updating this on the website as well. But overall, I mean, I can't see any Achilles heel in this mech. When we first ran it, I was like, oh, the composite sort of, I think mentally I must have just assumed it was composite because it had to have some sort of Achilles heel, but it just doesn't. It's a very good mech. Let's move on to some artwork and some cool stuff in the ilClan Recognition Guide, Volume 5. Okay, so first of all, that's out right now. Again, you can buy it on Drive-Thru RPG. I just love this, love the Timberwolf or the Mad Cat, whichever you prefer. So they redid this one. I'm looking at the record sheet in front of me now, and what I love about the new sort of the ilClan era mechs is they take a lot of the mechs that, you know, I know and I love, and they've redesigned them. They've added some upgraded technology. They've sort of made them competitive again in these new eras, so they don't really get left behind, right? You know, these new Dark Age and ilClan era mechs are so much more powerful than their Star League predecessors, again, because they've got things like, you know, hardened armor or, you know, these improved lasers and all of this crazy stuff. This Timberwolf basically is sort of the new prime, right? This is, I think it's called the Mad Cat T. LRM 20s with Artemis, which is just a brutal thing to have, especially when you're talking about, this is the Artemis 5 fire control system on the clan side. And it's got improved heavy medium lasers in the arms, which those things are just nasty. You know, not a lot of range, but the damage is pretty substantial. A couple of ER mediums as well, and then of course that standard 5/8 speed for a Timberwolf, very good. And then this other mech that I really like, it's called the Hammerhead. So here's a picture of the Hammerhead. This was a work in progress, so kind of cool to have this thing in the library there, and just a really neat clan mech. Now this one is not very big. This is a 45 tonner. So when I first saw it, when I looked at the artwork, I was like, wow, this thing looks beastly, but it's actually not as big as I had thought. So the Hammerhead, again, 45 tons, clan mech, you know, advanced rule set. It's got the Streak 6, a large pulse, and ER medium. You know, like a lot of these clan mechs, it's very expensive. So 1686, which is almost as much, I think, as the Marauder 7R, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a 45-ton mech. It's got hardened armor, so I haven't run this through Battlytics yet, but I'm interested to see. So it does have hardened armor on there, so that may have something to do with that expensive cost. But regardless, still a very cool design. Always great to see fresh stuff hitting. All right, and now last but not least, a quick sneak peek at the cover art for the Recognition Guide for Volume 6. This will be dropping, I believe, in a couple of weeks, guys. So keep your eyes out for this one. And here it is. So this cover, love it. Of course, the Marauder. We just reviewed it. It is sort of the crown jewel of this particular volume. But I love the artwork on these. I love you know, the red background with the Marauder. You know, I love that sort of original technical readout. Someone's got that blueprint feel to it, right? So very cool. I just wanted to share that with you. I thought you guys would get a kick out of it. But that's all I've got. So guys, thanks for watching. Couple of things just to remind you. I've said it once, I've said it twice. I'll say it one more time. Go pick up these recognition guides. Very cool. They're so cheap. $3, $4. I mean, and you know, there's only 5 out right now, so should not break the bank. Also, if you're looking for minis, you know where to go. Aries Games and Minis. Guys, he's got Ironwind medals. He will have all of the new Kickstarter boxes when they're in stock and available to be sold. So you can head on over there. If you need paints, if you need brushes, if you need dice, that is your one-stop shop for BattleTech needs. And I'll leave you with this final thing. Got some big news. If you have not seen on our Facebook page the Solaris 7 preview, I encourage you to go over, check it out, give it a like, leave a comment, let us know what you think. We are working on that video, but we're working on an even bigger surprise. Not gonna spoil it, but I'm just gonna say that one of us on the DFA team has been hard at work getting in touch with a MechWarrior legend. So I'll let you stew on that one for a little bit. But you know, keep your eyes out for when we drop that Solaris video. Hopefully, before the end of the month, we'll have that out, but we'll see. We want to make sure it's just right. So that's all I've got, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, I hope you're staying safe out there. Hope you're gaming. Hope you're having fun. Stay tuned. Always great stuff coming from Death from Above Wargaming. Have a great night.